And for What's Hot, we talk about the stories that have us all talking.
We're joined by Eric Paulson from Wellstream Media, plus Tracy Johnson is back. Topic 1. Many high school seniors and former college students are working to change the notion that college is the only path to success. They started a new program called Uncollege. It's basically about succeeding in life without a college degree. So, do you guys think that college is necessary?
Well, I'll tell you that the recession that we had just a few years ago, I think has forced all of us to think differently about the investment that we make in our education. You think about the debt that is incurred with a college education, and then you compare that to the unemployment and underemployment rate of recent college grads. I really think we need to be thinking differently about what our economy needs and really what we're asking our kids to do.
Well, we absolutely should, because the debt is crazy now. College costs a lot more than it used to, and those costs just keep going up. Plus, a lot of the newer jobs we're seeing now, especially in the IT and tech fields, they don't require you to have a college degree. They just require that you are creative and you know code, or can manage people who write code. The only reason you really need college nowadays is if you're going to specific professional things like accounting, law, to be a doctor, dentist, something like that. Then it's essential, but with a lot of these new economy jobs, it's not as important as it used to be.
Well, I don't think college is for everybody. I don't think, it's an environment that's conducive for every single mind, but I worry that we are discouraging kids from going to college or saying, you don't need it, versus, okay, if it's not for you, that's separate.
And it's so hard to tell until you're on the outside looking in. Interestingly, when you go to a guidance counselor, those in the high schools, I'm pretty sure most people are saying, okay, where are you going to be going to college? I know as a new parent, I'm thinking, okay, I have to save for my kids' college education. And I think it's going to be the outside forces of our new real economy that are going to force us to think differently about the options.
College used to be the default. Now you kind of have to have a plan. Is college necessary for what the child wants to do in life? And that's not as easy a question as it used to be.
I think there is a certain amount of structure that you learn as you're there as well. I mean, it's not just all about the parties. I mean, you're learning quite a bit for the career. You also get contacts. You get to get your foot in the door of the industries maybe you're trying to work your way into. So there's a lot being said for that traditional education. But yeah, with the changing world, I mean. Yeah.
And sometimes those universities insulate you from the real world more.
That's true.
But I mean, that begs the question then, how are the universities and the colleges adapting? I mean, if that is the norm and that's the way that we plan our lives and we structure our savings, then how are the college degrees preparing then for the new reality?
I think it is an interesting time right now. I know when I was a kid, I mean, you went to college, that's what you did. I mean, there was no option, and so I do think it's a new day based on the new job market and a lot of things.
I was the first kid in my family to go to college.
Yeah.
It's kind of the opposite. I mean, you were supposed to get a job as soon as you got out of high school, and you finally get to break the mold a little bit. It's interesting to see that, like you said, with the recession, you're starting to change the way we think a little bit.
What happens with the kids these days? We'll find out. Thanks, guys. Well, coming up next, we're revealing our viewer's choice topic of the day.
And Michael Fish will have another look at your forecast. Stay tuned.
Viewer's choice topic of the day.
Again, we're joined by Eric Paulson and Tracy Johnson from Temple, Milwaukee. Today's viewer's choice: paying your kids to eat their vegetables. What? A lot of kids refuse to put a carrot or broccoli in their mouths, and that can be hard and frustrating for many moms and dads. So much so, some parents are now considering giving their kids a little extra incentive to eat healthy. So here's the question: is it okay to bribe your kids to eat their vegetables, guys?
That's a very interesting question. I know you spend most of your career as a parent bribing your kids for certain things. Now, I don't have kids yet, but I can only imagine if you give kids monetary power over their behavior like that, my kids are going to come up with a menu. Broccoli, $3. Carrots, $5. Brussels sprouts, 10. I don't know. I don't want to give them that kind of power.
So having small children, I will tell you that the right answer is probably no. But in action, you are making little deals with these people all day long. You get to watch television. You get to play outside. You get to stay up. You don't have to go to bed. So I don't know. I had a lot of friends in school even whose parents would pay them to get good grades. And at that point, I think you can be logic and use common sense. But I think these little people, you want to try to be supporting good behavior. And
you don't want to get used to money at 3 or 4 years old.
That's right.
Though.
Throw them a few bucks to eat the Brussels sprouts.
What are they going to do with money? Those kids aren't going to do. You bribe them in different ways.
I knew a guy in college who, when he was little, his parents said, if you eat your cake, you'll get your vegetables. They're both psychologists, so they did like a reverse psychology thing, and the guy, all he wanted to eat all the time was vegetables. Like, he loved them. Because that was his reward.
I bet he
so
was
they'd
really
give him a little
popular.
cupcake, and then if he ate that, then he could have as many
You get
vegetables
dessert
as he wanted.
first?
Yeah, and that was the
love
treat.
that.
It's a nice concept.
That was the
That's
reward.
awesome.
Could get behind
so he always thought of it as a reward, so he loved vegetables. I don't
Work
know.
on me.
but
And funny enough, my mother-in-law calls sweet potatoes candy. So I don't know. Yeah, I think there might be something to
It's on how
that.
you look at it. I don't know.
There you go.
All right, time for our lightning round. Thousands of people are hitting the stores again today, but this time to get a bargain on after Christmas sales. Stores have already prepared for the mass of shoppers, so is it better to shop before Christmas or after? And I think the answer is very different, depending on whether you have kids or whether you want a deal.
Yep.
Or if you want to get somebody something in time for Christmas, I suppose.
Right.
But yeah, no, you get great deals once Christmas is over, and it's not, people aren't rushing up to Christmas Day, so you don't have that kind of pressure. So I would say after Christmas is better.
Well, I mean, I think it depends. What are you buying? What are your goals? Do you have the kids in tow? I did not hit the stores today, which is unusual because leading up to Christmas, I was there every day. I was online. I shop early and often.
The day's not over, Tracy.
It is not over. But it depends on what you're buying. I think you're seeing a lot of the clothes are on sale. I mean, some of these stores were opening at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to a friend who does a lot of online technology purchasing, and he said the deals weren't really there much to be had. So I think it all depends. I'm not going to be going out today, but you know, there's lots of returns and lots of deals. I think it's probably a great day to shop.
Clothes and
Yeah.
appliances, that's what you get the best deals on, and electronics.
I think this weekend will be big.
Oh, sure.
I think it'll be packed this weekend. It's weird with the holiday falling on a Wednesday,
Yeah.
I feel like.
You'll have folks who
But-
have the week off, I think,
Yeah.
that might go today, but everyone else, all the rest of us will
Stores
probably
have
be
year-end pressure to meet, though, so.
Yeah.
That's true.
And what were they saying? Something like 1 in 3 purchases leads to a return, which I think
Wow.
is mind-numbing. And then what's the return on making a return? You know,
Right.
people are walking out with more
Right.
than they went in
Right.
for. So and the gift
Absolutely.
cards and all that.
They
so.
get you.
They get ya.
All right,
Thanks,
guys,
guys.
thanks. Well, the What's Hot discussion continues online. You can find that page at tmj4.com/hot.
And